Hey everyone, Matt Pisarcik from RazorEmporium.com. Today, to continue our Razor Archive series, moving right on down the line in Gillette history, talking about, I think by far, one of the nicest, most premier razors ever to be produced by Gillette, the Executive. They pulled out all the whistles and all the bells with this razor set, from the packaging to the presentation to the razor itself. Let's work through this. First, an amazing kind of leather-esque, leather-covered box. Not your ordinary shipper box. It's got the coat of arms of Gillette, and it's just beautiful. It's got the simulated pigskin look to it. I think it's my favorite box Gillette ever made. So handsome. Then we move on to the actual set. I always used to joke with my friend that this looked like an ice cream sandwich, and it kind of does. It has real ostrich leather on the outside. And you know it's ostrich leather because it has these little places where the feathers would be. And it's got this metal-lined box. It is heavy. It's a wonderful travel case. You could just imagine throwing this into your briefcase or your, dot bag or whatever if you're traveling. It's got some heft. It's got the Gillette logo embossed here in the leather. We haven't even got to the razor yet, but that is our next stop. The razor itself, we'll go back to the case in a minute, but the razor itself, I can't not look in it and want to talk about it. Talk about a iconic, classic look. In fact, it's so classic, so iconic, I can't tell you how many companies today have imitated this look with the barber pole style handle, with this particular knurl pattern. Probably the most copied look razor. It all started right here with Gillette. Don't forget, so many things we see today on the market are copies, and they're copies of the classics, and I can't blame them. But we should always know where the classic really was. This is one of the only razors Gillette made that was in this beautiful fashion with this handle pattern and, just everything about it. High polished, the plating on it, the case itself. Sorry. I'm literally kind of taken aback. In regards to the razor, it has a solid guard. It's got end caps. It's got the notch center bar because it has dispensers for hooking the blade on. Now these were made from 1948 through the early 50s. I've seen up to 51. I've even heard up to 1953. Can't confirm that later part of the era, but certainly 48 to 51 without the date codes. The case, let's go back to that for a minute. So this set was sold for $10. That is not a low-end model. Let's not forget, in this same era, you could buy a Tech Razor for 39 cents. You could buy a Super Speed for $1. You could buy the Aristocrat for $3.79, or you could spend $10 on the Executive. That just shows you how nice of a razor it was. It comes with 10 blue blades in the front, but here's the really cool part. You get this mirror, and underneath the mirror are another 40 blades. So we're talking 50 blades total. So that's probably a lot of the reason for the cost, is you had such a big supply of blades. And these dispensers themselves, very unique. Only seen a few like this before, that are a foil-wrapped blade dispenser that has a picture of what the actual dispenser looks like. It's not just cellophane wrap, it's actually a picture instead of clear cellophane. So really cool on that behalf. And then even the instructions. This is why I fell in love, guys, with Gillette. It's pretty hard not to love this stuff. Even the directions have this silver kind of iridescent look to them, this really kind of shiny silver look. So classy. So unique. Now, this is a real telltale thing you see on most of the cases. They're going to have this glue mark. That glue mark is pretty standard. If you don't have that glue mark on your case, consider yourself lucky. The glue that they had used to secure the mirror to the case ended up bleeding through the mirror over the ages and created this little stain. Very common. I, at one point, had tried to find a company that would make this thin of a piece of glass. And I was told by several glass companies it's just not made anymore. This is like 1/16 of an inch thin, glass. Sometimes people refer to it as a candy mirror. I was told that pretty much non-existent. So if you're out there and you find a case, do not try to pry it out and break it because you think you can find a local glass shop to make a new one. It's probably not going to happen. If you do know a local glass shop that can make one, let me know in the comments because I would love to know. Now, my particular set here is from the 48, 49, 50 time frame just because of the blue dispenser. The earlier models are going to have the cream color dispenser. The plating on this razor is Rhodium. Now, a lot of people think of Rhodium in terms of revamps that we do or other companies do today on safety razors, but this is one of the very few Gillette razors that was put up in Rhodium, and it's one reason why we decided many moons ago to offer Rhodium on razors, because it was a original Gillette metal, yes, but it's such a wonderful metal to plate in because in terms of durability, it's a very high quality finish. Rhodium is a non-tarnishing metal, so it doesn't really react with oxygen in the air. It's not going to tarnish, it's not going to corrode as fast, it's not going to get damaged, and to clean it's very easy. It's very hard metal. So in terms of flaws on this razor, if you wanted to try to do maintenance on them, the best thing you could do would be to clean it with dish detergent and polish with a jeweler's polishing cloth or the polishing cloth we offer. Really want to avoid any harsh metal polishes. But in terms of any other mechanical features, I mean, it's pretty rock solid. It's not adjustable, obviously. It's got the Generation 2, end caps and 2 rivets on the T-bar, so it doesn't suffer the teeter-totter action. I bet one of the only things that really could happen is if you drop it, you're going to bend the guard, and we can adjust that. Or maybe over time, this mechanism down here, the knob could get loose from this round press fit and come out, and you'll have like a toggle where you push it up and down and it butterflies open. But all of these can be easily repaired. But guys, I can't say enough about this razor in terms of the absolute beauty of it. I think by far one of my most prized possessions in the Razor Emporium collection. This came from a customer years ago, this is probably easily 8 years ago, who contacted us and said that they found this set exactly in the condition you see it in their father's workshop out in the garage in a tool chest. I am only imagining the series of events that this person maybe got it as a gift and decided he never wanted to shave with it and tucked it away in a tool chest, only to be found decades and decades later. But certainly amazing piece of history with the original price tag, with the original reserve supply of blades under mirror, little note here, cellophane wrapped blades, the shipper altogether. If this was on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being you'll find it anytime you go out to the antique store, and 5 it belongs to the museum, easily 5 out of 5. In this condition, 5 out of 5. No, nothing short of it. Even if you find just the razor, if you're out at a thrift store and you see this razor, I would say you just hit a 3.5 or even 4 out of 5 just finding this razor, because these are hard to come by. Again, a $10 model when there are so many other products on the market. That's why you find all the super speeds and techs out there, guys, is because of the price point. You had to be pretty wealthy in 1948, 1950 to afford a $10 razor. Very, very, very kind of a high-end thing to own. So that's why you don't see a lot of them. That is the Gillette Executive. This name was used once again by Gillette in the adjustable era, and that'll be another story for another day. That is the Gillette Executive. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. We love making these videos for you. Please like, comment. If you have one, tell me about it. If you've seen something else out there, if you know that they were made in 1952 and 53, tell me. I want to hear from you. And if you do, you're entered to win this, our Razor Emporium official black and blue t-shirt. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time at Razor Emporium for all things vintage shaving.